Members gathered last night to remember a toddler killed in a weekend fire in Laurel County. We will have some new developments in the investigation into his death. An Amber Alert is over this morning after a Kentucky teenager was found safe. We will tell you where police found her and who is charged in her disappearance. And a woman accused of hitting and killing a woman who was standing on a street in Hyden was back in court yesterday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Thursday, April the 4th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, yesterday was an absolutely picture-perfect day. Today, probably not so much. Let's bring Brandon in on the fold this morning. And Brandon, what should people expect as they head out on this Thursday?
Not as cold, that's for sure this morning. No 30s across the board, 40s and 50s for now. Some clouds back and forth today. We'll stay dry during the daytime hours, but the temperatures are going to be the big story once again. Let's take a look this morning at satellite and radar for the last 6 hours, and you see not a whole lot of activity, but again, the clouds starting to pick up a little bit, and they'll ebb and flow today. Temperatures anywhere between about 40 in Monticello to 52 in Moorhead. They'll drop a little bit more, but again, the normal day on the coffee meters are all in the 30s this morning. That's some pretty good news. Headlines today: a mild day ahead with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Those rain chances that return tonight and will continue into your Friday. The rest of the forecast is coming up here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, we continue to track the latest developments into a deadly fire this past weekend. Police found one-year-old Joseph Brock dead in a house Saturday. Last night, police arrested his father, Vaughn Brock, and charged him with murder and arson. Neighbors told us they watched the father run out of the home but never saw the boy. So far, police have released few details on what actually happened. Now, we dug a little deeper into his background. Brock has been a wanted man since 2016 here in Perry County. He had an outstanding bench warrant for failure to appear. That is involving a public intoxication and second-degree wanton endangerment case. Specifics of that remain unclear. We have requested those court documents but have not received them yet. Meanwhile, for family members of Joseph Brock, also known as Cash, they say they'll always cherish memories of him, like his smile, his energy, and his playfulness. Cash would have been 2 years old on Easter Sunday. At his visitation Wednesday, family and friends made it a point not to talk about the charges in the case or the investigation. Instead, their focus is on celebrating the life that was taken too soon. His grandmother, who helped raise him, says she is thankful for the memories she has of him. She says she just wishes she could have protected him.
I was going to go pick him up Wednesday, and I felt bad and was sick, and I didn't go. And I just feel like if I'd went, he would still be alive today.
The funeral for Cash will be held this morning at 11 at Community Harvest Church in Buckhorn. He will be buried in the government cemetery in Buckhorn. Meanwhile, it is a happy ending to an Amber Alert after a missing teen was found safe in Alabama. Police say 16-year-old Lauren Sizemore was found yesterday with her step-grandfather, Glenn Harper, in Orange Beach. We are told Harper was detained, but it's not clear if he was charged. Sizemore went missing from her home in Dawson Springs this past weekend. Well, a Leslie County man accused of murdering his girlfriend appeared in court Wednesday. Police say Dustin Stidham killed Paige Murphy last November. Defense attorneys requested the property owner's car, listed as evidence, be held at Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard until officials are able to investigate the car further. Stidham's pretrial court day is set to begin on July 3rd at 10:30 in the morning. Well, the case against Alyssa Noble, the woman accused of hitting and killing Paige Hayes in a crash in downtown Hyden, continues. Earlier this year, toxicology reports showed THC and a chemical found in Suboxone were found in Noble's system. During yesterday's hearing, the judge granted Noble's attorneys the chance to offer more evidence. Paige Hayes' parents say community support gives them strength during this long process.
If we didn't come and show that, that we're not going to let this die, that it wouldn't have went as far as it's went.
Alyssa Noble's next court date is set for May 1st at 2 p.m. She faces murder, assault, and DUI charges. To Western Kentucky now, where the search for a missing woman led police to a fugitive hiding out in a bunker. Take a look. This is the hole deputies found in Graves County. They say a dog alerted them to a tunnel that led to the underground bunker. Inside, they found Ernest Hendrickson. Deputies say he'd been on the run for 5 months. Police say they found two-way radios in a nearby home, and they think someone was helping Hendrickson avoid police. The search for Samantha Sperry, who has been missing for more than a year, continues. Well, in other news this morning, the first nonstop flight to Los Angeles from Louisville took to the skies Wednesday morning. The plane landed later the same day. It was a full flight with 128 people on board. Airport officials say this flight is something passengers have been wanting for quite some time. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Straight ahead, a massive spill leads to a sticky situation for folks living in one Texas neighborhood. We will take you there.
Weather-wise, we're looking at another warm day, but our dry stretch of weather will come to an end later this evening. I'll track it all out for you in about 3 minutes.